Well, hello. Is Tucker going to be canceled? That's what we're going to find out. Right. The cancellation effort is on, man, and they're trying to take him down. Anybody who even likes him a little bit. So we'll find out that and other things. Welcome to Contramundum.
The American Revolution, in other words, is never finished. It must always be renewed.
Greater love than this hath no man, than that he lay down his life for his friend.
What if it's not envy?
We must take back our cities, and take back our culture, and take back our country. God bless you, and God bless America.
All right, we're back on. All right, CJ.
Live?
We are live. Yeah, we're actually live now.
We are live. All right.
Yeah, we didn't have a stream on Friday, so we're making up for it today on what is it, Monday? A lot has happened since we had our last live stream. A lot has happened.
What has happened?
Nothing ever happens.
Tucker got canceled.
Yeah, well, how are they able to cancel him? He's not on Fox. They're gonna get him fired from his own podcast. No, they want to. The way cancellation works is it isn't just about that you're not allowed to talk, you're not allowed to write things like Pat Buchanan, Sam Francis, and Joe Sobrin and Paul Gottfried. They all continue to write, they all continue to speak, they all continue to operate. The cancellation that happened to the paleocons and that they're attempting to do a second time around right now with Tucker and Heritage and everyone else is to silo them, to push them off to the margins, to the fringes, to say to anybody else, right? This is someone that you cannot go near, you cannot speak to, you have to pretend is dead.
Yeah.
Right. They're shunning them like they're Amish.
Yeah.
Right. That's what this is.
Yeah.
So are they going to succeed?
No, not this time. Well,
not this time.
It's because of the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
They could, they could orchestrate all types of stuff against advertisers and all that, but it's going to get harder to do that. This was inevitable. Yeah. The Trump coalition was always it was always fragile. There is a heavy dose of right wingers who are just not okay with the Israel lobby anymore.
Yeah, and you look at its advertisers. Those advertisers are not, Fortune 500 companies. His advertisers are not the same that you would have at an NFL game, right? It's not Bud Light and Chevrolet that are advertising with Tucker. It's much more niche products and things like that. And that was the case when he was at Fox, right? There's a massive advertiser boycott. Who did that, by the way? Right? Who orchestrated the massive advertiser boycott? Right?
Who did?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I don't know either.
I'm saying somebody did it, right? Somebody, because they didn't like the stuff he was saying.
Yeah.
Right. And big general corporations, they're not our friends, right? You should know this by now. Now, the Fox News crowd, the Ben Shapiro crowd, the Babylon Bee crowd, they think, oh, the free market, we love corporations. They think they're our friends, and they're not. They're the enemy. They're the enemy, right? I don't know. Maybe everything should be nationalized. What do you think? Maybe Visa and Bud Light should be run by the Trump administration. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yes, he's just kidding.
I haven't gone that far.
We
from
would
being
never.
A libertarian.
We would never endorse such things.
No. I'm kidding.
Especially Doritos.
We nationalize Doritos and shut it down.
We could nationalize farmer bills. Mandate farmer bills.
Yeah, obligatory, mandatory farmer bills for everyone. Yes. A roll of beef in every.
You can use your SNAP.
Yeah,
which
EBT should only go to farmer bills.
Farmer bills, yes.
I think
endorsed.
Yeah. Anyway, what were you?
Speaking of, we're not getting paid for this, but they have sticks out. Have you tried the sticks?
I haven't had them yet.
I haven't either.
You got some?
No, I haven't tried them. No.
Yeah, we are not.
But they're delicious.
Yeah, we haven't gotten.
Great.
Yeah, I haven't
not tried them, but I endorse it.
You fully endorse.
I fully endorse. They're delicious.
Yeah.
Contra is the
promo code.
Yeah. Discount.
I need
20%.
Yeah, I need to remember that because I'm going to order some as soon as we get off.
Yeah, but you only get it once. So I've been creating fake emails and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't use my email.
No,
because I need to use it. And don't use any of my fake emails. But yeah, that's the other thing. it was supposed to be some like big happening because of EBT SNAP being shut down, and I haven't like seen anything.
No, although I heard they're orchestrating stuff still.
Really?
They said, yeah. But there's still money over from last cycle, I think.
I see. All right. Well,
didn't the Trump administration say today that they're allowing some emergency funds to go out?
Something like, I mean, it's unclear, like all of these rulings and things like that.
I did see today that apparently of the 3.3 million SNAP recipients in Los Angeles County, a third of the 3.3 million people are on SNAP.
In Los Angeles County?
Yeah.
Well, what was the number that was out that like 42% of EBT recipients are not American citizens?
Yeah.
Right? Whether they're legal or illegal. I mean, number one, like, why are we allowing people into our country as legal immigrants?
Why are we allowing people into our country?
Well, number one. Number two, why would we, like, what the way it's sold to us, right, is, like H-1B worker, like this will benefit our country. Yeah.
And it's highly skilled people that we need the job.
Why are they on EBT then?
Right.
Right. Why are they taking SNAP?
Something doesn't add up.
Right. That is, and I mean, you'll have the people like, oh, we need to feed the planet. All these starving poor people need to come to America so they could be on our welfare rolls. And it's like, that's insane. You're going to tax, the productive American people to feed everyone else in the world. Right. Like they're people that literally think like that's what should be done. That's what's good. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the same argument with like foreign aid. Right. And U.S. aid needs to exist to feed planet Earth.
That's the decolonialization movement, right? Yeah, like we owe them reparations for decades of centuries of colonialism.
Yeah, apparently. It's bad. But at any rate, back to the topic at hand.
Okay, so this is what he says. 3.3 million people are on SNAP, which is a third of the 9.9 million in Los Angeles County. Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's like lower than the national average, though. No, it's not.
It's
not. The national average is
1 out of every 3 people.
1 out of every 3 people. No, you're right. I was thinking the 42% number. No, isn't it?
Well, if 40 million people and there's 400 million people in America, that's 1 out of every 10.
Yeah, 10% of the country.
That's
so that's 3 times the average.
Just like the founding fathers envisioned.
Yeah, just like George Washington envisioned having. I mean, and that's the other thing too. Like, just the program itself is. I mean, you could call me a softie, that I'm getting soft in my old age. Like 20-something-year-old libertarian me would like want to beat me up for saying this, but it's like, okay, like theoretically, I can understand like wanting to have a program. Right, this is me being a moderate centrist, wanting to have a program so that like people in your country do not starve to death. Right. I get that. I can understand that. But giving them a card with just totally fungible money that they can use on anything that is called food, right? That you could, okay, here's the $1,000 on this card. You could spend it very judiciously on rice and beans and have a lot of calories for not very much money, so you don't starve to death. Or you could buy caviar and lobster and ribeye.
Exactly.
And like,
or you could sell your $1,000 for $900 cash.
Or yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then buy drugs.
Yeah.
Right. Like
that's what it's actually for.
Yeah. It's a wealth transfer, and it's so obvious. Like just that idea that money is fungible. Like people can't even think about that.
It's like these Indian immigrants that are using it to stock up on like milk for their gas stations and stuff. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So
tell me about it.
They'll be SNAP recipients. So they'll go in and they'll stock up on a single item at Walmart. Right. And then they'll go sell it at their store, at their convenience store, because it's free to get it. And then they could sell it.
You gotta be kidding me. I mean, what doesn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me anymore. It's and like who pays for, I mean, like you and I pay for that. We pay for it out of our taxes, but then we also pay for it out of going to the grocery store and having to pay more. And like that, like that's like a pretty big red pill in the life of every young heritage American man is you exist You exist as a productive person to be looted.
Yeah.
Right. For half of the country, many of whom like shouldn't even be here. Right. You exist to pay for their existence.
Yeah.
Right. That's why you exist. Like I saw a video of a woman complaining who has been on Snap, and she did not appear to have any physical or like, mental disability or something that would prevent her from working. I mean, maybe we don't know her whole story or whatever, but she's been on Snap for 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, how long has the program been around?
Yeah.
30 years, right? From like the beginning, and complaining about it and everything. And I'm just like, that's nuts. Again, it's like, I can understand, people go through difficult times, lose their jobs, hit rock bottom. And like, I've known people that are like, yeah, I needed to use EBT and Snap to, buy groceries for my kids when I was out of work.
Yeah.
I've
there's a rationale built into it.
Yeah. I've heard people like, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. And it's like, how many people that receive it does that describe?
Good question.
Right.
Good question.
How many people are like truly destitute that can't find work, can't pay make ends meet, and need help, right? And these are like questions like you're not really allowed to, like, people like Christians will freak out at you, like, you want poor people to die, you hate poor people, right? Is that what Jesus would say? Like, people will do that to you,
yeah,
right? They will manipulate you with the Bible. Right. And it's like, I don't know, like, I'm not rolling in the dough either. And I have children to feed. Right. I would like to, be able to pay my bills too. Everything is like, especially for younger people, right? People really like under 50. Things are incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's one of the, like, I saw there was a poll by CNN, and it was the same polling company and same methodology that they used to show Trump having like really high favorability early in his term, really high, really high approval rating, like 4 or 5 months ago. And now it's at like 63% disapprove.
Yeah.
And like, my first instinct maybe would be to cope, like, oh, the polls are all fake, all that stuff's fake. But it's like, I don't know, man. Right. And I don't think it's because, oh, he's too right wing, or he's the no Kangs thing is like having an effect, and they think he's a fascist or something. I think it's that, like, the economy is garbage. And young people have a very hard time finding jobs that will provide enough income to take care of a family, to pay for, a halfway decent home, to pay for groceries, to be able to afford an automobile, to get to work, right? Like, things are way, way tougher than anyone realizes.
Yeah.
And it's not getting any better, and nothing is being done. And then you see, oh, we're going to have another million H-1Bs from India come and take, and guess what? Like, Amazon just did mass layoffs, and how many layoffs are they having? Precisely the same number, right? It was like 30,000, I think, or 60,000. The precisely exact same number of H-1Bs they requested. Isn't that interesting? Right? Like it. The Secretary of State. I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong, if the the legality of such things, but can't the Secretary of State just like cancel anyone's visa for any reason at any time?
I don't know.
I believe so.
So why haven't they done that?
Because ginormous corporations like run our country. Bernie's right. But, I mean, seriously though, like, why haven't they done it? Why? Right? Why have they canceled all the visas?
I know. So
I mean, some of it is like big tech loves the H-1B visa, and they helped get Trump elected. And so, you make a deal with the devil in order to not have Kamala be your president. And guess what? Now we have monkey demon statues in Texas, North Carolina, like all these different places. Yeah.
Murfreesboro.
Yeah. And it's like, and we're going to have a governor Vivek Ramaswamy soon of Ohio. It's great. And so, man, I just,
by the way, let me just say this.
Yeah.
Joel Berry said that if he was creating a lab, if he was to make a lab created candidate, it would look just like Vivek.
Yeah. But then like a week or two later, he attacked my friend Vish Burra.
Yeah.
Who is Hindu, and is like, you're a Hindu, right? It's like,
really?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, dude, that guy is so like, he has no consistent
no.
My principles, they don't have any principles. Get out of here.
He wants to cancel Tucker. Speaking of Tucker.
Yeah, speaking back to Tucker.
So will they can't I don't know what that means to cancel Tucker anymore.
I mean, what it means is
the advertiser boycott.
No, it's that
YouTube,
the Heritage Foundation had Tucker on a bunch of fundraising stuff. They took him off, but then the president of Heritage, Kevin Roberts, who's really good.
By the way, like before Kevin, I always despised the Heritage Foundation.
Yeah,
they were awful. They were like neocon.
They were never Trump. They everything I despise in the GOP was Heritage.
Yes,
until him.
Yeah, they were on board with the DEI stuff. Like the like all the racial stuff.
It was Ben Shapiro
Confederate statues.
Yeah, it was Ben Shapiro conservatism, where it's like big line go up so we can give money to Israel.
Kevin's been the best thing that ever happened to them. So of course they're gonna cancel him. So like they would axe. Do you think they'll axe Kevin Roberts?
They want to, probably.
Yeah,
but I don't know. We'll see.
I can't imagine.
At the very least, like I mean, so much of this, like the deep politics of this is that this is just the beginning of the 2028 primary.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's what this is. Like all of these people, all of them, every single one of them attacking Tucker. Every single one of them. The last person they want to be the GOP nominee in 2028 is who?
You want me to say Vance?
Because that's the correct answer. They don't. They hate him.
I don't know.
They hate JD Vance.
He's Peter Thiel's boy.
Yeah, and they hate him. Right? Like they do. They hate him. You've obviously been listening to too much Nick Fuentes if you're going at me with the Peter Thiel stuff.
I am.
You are. Okay. But like that's what it is. Right? They like Tucker is a proxy for Vance that they're attacking. And they don't want, I mean, these were all of them.
Who do they want then?
Oh, I don't know. They probably Ron DeSantis or Rubio or anybody else.
Joel Berry would love DeSantis.
Oh, they all did in 2024.
I know they did.
Every single one of them. Like there isn't anybody, as far as I know, that was like all in on Trump 24. Like during the prime, like, and just laughing, like Nikki Haley's the obvious choice, actually, even more than DeSantis for them.
Would you vote for Nikki Haley over
in the general election?
Newsom? I shouldn't have asked that.
I would probably I almost said I'd probably flee the country. But she would then drone strike me or in Belize or something. No, I would just not. I mean, why do I even vote at that point? Right? Like what?
Yeah, same.
And that was always the thing. And it was never, and whenever I was arguing back in like 24 and 2020 and 2016 with like people that refused to vote for Trump for whatever reason, whether it was like abolitionists or Fuentes guys or, never Trumpers, right? Always, like to me, it was like, this is something very distinct, right? I mean, and you can come up with every possible thing that like I would object to with Trump and things he's done wrong, decisions he's made that are bad and everything else. Totally agree. Right? He's so categorically different than the GOP we had in 2015 and prior. It's so completely different. And what this is, they want to revert to the pre-2015 GOP. That's what this is. So then it's like, okay, well, we could pick from Rubio or DeSantis or Nikki Haley or somebody, maybe Vivek, Governor Ramaswamy. Maybe he'll be like, that's what they'll do in 2028. But that's what it's going to be. And they want to return the entire GOP to that. And
none of them could take Vance, though.
Right? Oh, no, I don't think so.
Way too popular.
And I mean, on top of that, like there wasn't a constituency for that in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like we had the worst president in American history in Barack Obama, and he trounced Mitt Romney because there is zero constituency for what they're selling.
Yeah.
None. Yeah. Right. And it's like, that's what they want to return to. Right. Because what are they?
No, I don't know.
Beautiful losers.
Beautiful losers. There's no way
I'd go like this. You say beautiful losers. That's what they are. Right. They would rather lose with their principles, and their principles are only big line go up, my GDP. We want the corporations to do whatever they want, infinity H-1Bs, and the purpose of the United States is ensuring Israel's existence.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's what they believe. That's all they believe. Right. They don't, and even like on culture, culture war stuff, right? Do they really care if men are using the women's bathroom or kids are getting trained? No, they don't actually even care about that. Right. It's all of their support for that stuff's fake. Right. Because what do they actually get incensed about? Right. What do they really get angry about?
Israel stuff.
Yeah. Tucker. Right. Mm-hmm. Tucker being critical of Israel. And like, that is a point that I think has to be driven home is, right, all of them, right? Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro and Seth Dillon and Joel Berry and all of the people freaking out right now, right, that are saying Nick Fuentes totally evil. No one should ever talk to him about anything. Martyr Maid also evil. Don't talk to him. Me also evil. Don't talk to me. Who is an acceptable voice that's critical of Israel? Right? Do they have a single one? Right? I mean, they hate John Mearsheimer too.
Yeah.
Right. They hated his book a lot. Right. So do they have a single voice that they would say, you know what? I disagree with this guy 100% on a 180-degree difference of opinion on this. But that's a reasonable, acceptable voice.
There's one that I can think of.
Who?
And I think people like Joel Berry would go for it. Thomas Massey. I don't think the bigwigs would go for it, but I think Joel Berry and
maybe
Seth
Joel would. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it is funny.
And maybe they would allow him to because he's safe and he's not going to win anyways.
Yeah, that's probably exactly. Like he's so marginalized and used to being the lone no vote on things that like what he says doesn't matter. Like he has no constituency. Like it's very small. Mm-hmm. Maybe but even there, right? You remember when he was saying,
I mean, they would bring it up. It's problematic.
The AIPAC handler stuff and things like they're like, he's clearly Hitler. He's a racist and an anti-Semite and horrible and evil. I mean, just look at like how people are freaking out about like him getting married.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the only reason they care is because like he's critical of Israel. Like that's the only reason.
Right.
Right. Like if he would have, if he would have worn a small hat at his wedding, 18 months after his wife died, not a single one would be like, oh, well, this is weird. There's an age gap and he should have mourned for 15 years before he ever remarried. Like you wouldn't have people saying that if he was Randy Fine or something. No, of course not. Like they wouldn't even care. And it just, I saw that this morning and it just struck me And because I've been critical of Massey for like the last year. Like I don't like him. I think he's been damaging to things that I think are good. But even there, I was like, what's wrong with them? Like, why are they like, let the guy live his life? Like his wife died and he's still mourning her, but people process their grief differently. And it's like, it's like not your place to say, right? Oh, he's a bad person because he's not mourning the way I like. I really don't like that.
Yeah.
It really bothers me. And again, it's not somebody like if he were here right now, I'd be like, why are you a traitor to our country, Thomas Massey? Like I would not, I'm not like this big Massey, fanboy. And it just, I don't know. It's not good, but yeah, I think this is the way it's going to be for 2028, man. And it's already begun even before the midterms. Like this is the way it's like, there's blood in the water and they're fighting it out. And I mean, there's some people that are like, oh, Tucker did this to sabotage JD Vance, right? Had this interview with Nick to sabotage JD Vance. And I don't believe that at all.
I don't either.
Like Tucker is 100% a Vance guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's not the purpose of this at all.
So what do you say about Vance's connections to Israel then? Like that's always going to be the criticism. Is he's way too connected to the tech scene, the capital, all that kind of stuff with Israel.
Yeah, I got called an idiot by Mr. Fuentes, young Mr. Fuentes last week. Did you see that?
I did. Why? Yeah. So
it was over Vance. It was over me supporting. Like I love JD Vance. He's my guy. He was my, like, you remember during like the campaign, I'm like, I really hope. I mean, we said it on here, but even more privately, I'm like, man, I hope he picks Vance. I hope he picks, and he did, right? And I was right, 100% right. Could you imagine if he picked another like Mike Pence?
Yeah, he almost picked who's that?
Nikki Haley,
Tim, whatever.
Oh, Tim Scott.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, could you imagine if Tim Scott was the VP? Right, like Trump would be dead by now. Number one, and like. Yeah, and we would be in Iran. You and me, we've been drafted, and we'd be in Iran if Tim Scott was president. So yeah, like that's just the way it is, man. Like he is the guy. And so to answer like the Vance stuff, where it's like, okay, if say for sake of argument that politics in America is right. This is like Fuentes' argument, right? And correct me if I'm, misstating his perspective.
Okay, am I the Fuentes guy now?
You're the one that watches him. People in the chat I'm sure there's some Fuentes watchers in the chat. Like his argument is that basically the government of America, the political process of America, is controlled by the Israel lobby, right? That they're deep into it, right? Like nothing happens in DC without the Benjamin Netanyahu's say so, right? Like that's more or less. Would you say that's?
I think that's accurate. Yeah,
like his argument. It's like, okay,
I think that they're one of the most powerful lobbies. But it's not centralized like that.
I don't think so either.
Well, that's the point. I think Curtis Yarvin is more right that it's not centralized.
No,
it's just a competing lobbies and interest groups.
Yeah, I would agree more with
they're
Yarvin.
Among the most powerful.
Yeah,
for sure.
They're near the top. Yeah. And so, but say like his argument is right, or somewhere between Yarvin and Fuentes is the reality of things. As like a political realist, right, operating politically, how would you you evaluate this and you say that's bad for my country, for America, for my interests, for my family, for the country I love? That's a bad situation to be in, right? And that's how you view it. What would you do? Right? What should you do? Right? And say you are a young, wealthy, charismatic guy that's worked his way up in the, Silicon Valley venture capital scene, and you come to that realization
that what
of this that the American-Israeli relationship is not good, that it's damaging to our country.
Well, right? That's the entire debate, is whether he's come to that conclusion or not.
Yeah, I know, but like say that he has.
Yeah, exactly.
Say that he has. Say that like his elite backers have, right? Mm-hmm. Peter Thiel and the PayPal crew, right? Say that they have. All right. How would they go about combating it?
Well, I mean, I would play ball a little bit. Like that's the political realism.
Yeah,
is you play ball.
Yeah, and you have to.
You get you guys in there and you make a slow turn. But anything short of like total war against Israel is not going to satisfy these people.
That's my point.
Yeah,
is right. If like, because those are your options, right? Like those are your options. Are one, we're going to trust that he's going to pursue our interests and have to negotiate and have to, use leverage where you can, but make concessions where you have to, and so on and so forth. And this is like the same argument I have for Trump too. Right. That's option A. Option B is like the John Winthrop tweet, right? You've been compulsively naming them and you've gotten nowhere. Right.
Yeah.
That might be JD Vance's anonymous account. You're aware of that rumor?
Oh, really?
The Winthrop, like,
that's funny.
Winthrop stopped posting right around the same time that JD Vance announced his Senate run in Ohio.
Is it safe to publicize this?
I don't know. No, no, it's not. Yeah, I mean, Phil's watching this, so Phil, you could do some intrepid reporting, and
it'd be really funny if he said that on there.
if he's like, Andrew Isker, Christian nationalist Andrew Isker claims that
John Winthrop,
that the horrible alt-right account John Winthrop was actually JD Vance. Like, yeah, it's an internet joke, Phil. You wouldn't get it. But yeah, right. Say that he's come to the same realizations that many young people have about the American-Israeli relationship, right? He would operate exactly how he is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like I would be doing the same things he is
in
his shoes.
Yeah.
Right.
But you would get called out for not naming them.
Or like they want him to like go to the TPUSA event and when he's asked a question about Israel to just say, yeah, they're horrible, they're ruining our country, and we should cut off all aid right now.
That's not politics, that's abolitionism.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like a temper tantrum that a child throws when you don't get the thing that you want. Like, you have to be an adult and do politics. Mm-hmm. Right? You have to, and then because the end result is you actually get the thing you want. Right. And so the position, if he's successful and gets the Republican nomination in 2028, the position that the Israelis will be in is they will have a left that has not de-radicalized at all, has only intensified their radicalism. And in terms of like actualizing their radicalism into policy, that's what their candidate will represent. And one of the features of their policy is third worldist decolonialism. And they would, I mean, you could conceivably see a Democratic candidate in 2028 running on a platform of the minute we get in office, I'm going to put sanctions on the Israelis, right? Like that, you could see that, right? Whoever their candidate, if it's AOC or even Gavin Newsom, saying like, no, we're going to put sanctions on Israel, like they did South Africa.
Gavin Newsom wouldn't. AOC would.
Yeah, it's going to come down to who is allowed to be the Democratic, who's selected to be the Democratic nominee, chosen from on high, because they don't actually do elections. It's so funny. Like they love democracy so much, and then like, oh, none of the voting machines in Iowa work, and Pete Buttigieg wins the Iowa caucus or primary or whatever. You remember that?
Yeah.
Was it in 2020 or 2020? Was it 2024? No, it wasn't 20 because Biden was the nominee. It was 2020. Do you remember that in 2020 when like none of the machines worked and somehow like Buttigieg won?
Yeah. I want want to cover this question, this new one at the bottom, because I think I can do it in a safe way. But like, a lot of people are concerned that because Usha is Indian, there's going to be some sort of like problem.
Yeah,
and I think that's like. So my answer to that is
that's a legitimate.
Like, if it's true that he's coming to these conclusions years after he's made earlier decisions, what exactly is he supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. Like,
that's how I look at it too. It's like,
is he supposed to just divorce? Is that what you want him to just divorce and abandon his family and all that? Like, I don't really understand the argument there.
Yeah, I think as a man, like, I mean, the argument is like he just can't be the guy because, he has divided loyalty, right? He might be sympathetic to bringing in millions of Indians every year because of his wife. Like, I get that people like think that, yeah, but it's like, well, what are your options?
I think her mom was like a decolonialist academic activist or something.
Yeah,
and their marriage was set up by some like Chinese lady, so like a Chinese national. So but this is where the bet is. Like, is he just playing the game? Is he so compromised that he's just appealing to the base to get what they want? Like, that's the thing. Because
if it was so cynical,
if there's a Jewish Hindu like coalition going on,
there is,
and they're having a Jewish Hindu Congress that apparently Laura Trump was speaking at.
Yeah, she did.
There's obviously something going on there.
Yeah. And
is Vance decoupling from that,
or is like that guy?
Real deal? I don't.
1 billion Hindus are with you.
Yeah, exactly. So do you think that Vance is actually decoupling from all that?
I mean, so for one, I think,
and if he was chosen to trick the American people, to trick the heritage Americans, how would he be behaving differently?
That's a valid question. Yeah. But
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I am Vance. Too. I'm less cautious just because we don't have, like, we just have so few options, man. The way I think about it is, all right, like, here's this kid, he obviously very talented, very smart, and gets out of the Marine Corps, goes to school at Ohio State, gets into Yale Law School, and like now he has access to being part of the elite, right? He's made something of himself, and somewhere along the way, right, the same spark of inspiration that happened to like you and me, right, around this, I mean, he's almost same age as me, you'd realize, whoa, everything I've been told about everything is a lie. My country is actually awesome, and all of the people in power hate my country and are exploiting it and destroying it for various reasons. And I'm actually proud of it. And
so your model, and I agree. Your model, and I agree with you.
And is
that individuals can have agency.
Yeah.
The Fuentes model is that everything's a conspiracy, and everybody who has any tiny bit of power is just controlled. It's all puppeteered.
Yeah.
And but Yarvin would say, no, it's not that centralized. That people can actually come to these conclusions. They can change their mind, and they have agency.
Well,
I
think
that's the disagreement.
At least could change their mind. I think that's what we saw in 2024.
But like Fuentes would say, they can't. He would have been assassinated or something.
Yeah. Well, they tried to.
Fake. It's all fake.
Does he say that?
Probably.
Does he? Maybe the chat can let us know. Does Nick Fuentes think the Trump assassination?
I don't want to make up stuff, but like
I don't. Yeah, I don't either. Let me see the comment here. Like,
Torba 2028.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's not even old enough. Maybe he is. I can't remember what his age is right now.
He's old enough.
Is he? I always think he was way younger than
3 years.
Okay. Yeah. He would be. But no, I think like that's the hard thing. Yeah, you can't trust anyone totally implicitly, right? You have to. You have to play the cards that you're dealt.
Yeah, but if that's your game, then I don't like then maybe Fuentes is an op, right? Like if you want to play that card,
if everything is an op, then the things calling things ops are ops.
By the way, did you get your Qatari check this month?
No, I mean it's
I did.
It's like EBT, mine's cut off.
It's nice.
Did you see Steven's tweet about that? It's like,
yeah,
I
get paid enough.
I get paid enough from Qatar, but no, I don't. It's not as though that I'm just like I'm so ready to trust anybody. It's much more that like, okay, if he wanted access to political power and like the guys backing him wanted, they're putting their, chips on him as a political mover and shaker, right? The easiest way to advance, I did a pun, would be what? Would be being a run-of-the-mill Republican that every once in a while throws out some based red meat, but in reality, like clearly doesn't get it. It would be like being like
unless
Nancy
the
Mace
whole thing is just a massive trap. My thing is there's no downside to voting for him.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Like, what would be the downside?
Yeah, there's no downside.
That a guy who says the same things we do,
he's either based or he's fake, but AOC is definitely bad. You know what I mean? Like, there's no downside.
What would be the downside of Nikki Haley if she gets the nomination in 2028? What would be the downside of that?
Well, like she represents the entire neocon agenda.
Yeah.
And like she wants 1 billion Indians too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There is like what would be the only good outcome there would be
I wouldn't vote for Nikki.
No. The only good outcome
because there's no possibility in my mind.
Yeah, it would destroy. I mean, one, like she would not win. Right, because all of the people that would vote for Trump or did vote for Trump, and all of the people that like the difference between like Mitt Romney and Donald Trump, in terms of like voter turnout and enthusiasm and the people that like is massive, right? There's a whole giant constituency that Trump has in terms of voters, that at least perceive that he is doing stuff for them. Mm-hmm. And those same people would see her and think she's not doing anything for me. Yeah. At all. Right. And AOC is going to give me free stuff.
Do we have an ad, by the way?
We do. We probably better get to that.
Yeah. Let's do that real quick.
And then we'll move on to Pat Buchanan and what other topics are we're going to talk about Nigeria.
Yeah.
Speaking,
I didn't read that article. I think.
Okay. Well, I'll read it during the break. All right. Do you have the ad? Right there. Yep. No. That one there.
This is Dave. Dave is dead. When he wasn't, he was a successful businessman with a rather large estate. This is Ben. As Dave's son, Ben has just inherited a logistical nightmare. Dave wasn't exactly organized with his estate. Sorting through folders, receipts, and records, a hunting lodge in Montana, a 401k, lots of investments, several bank accounts, and of course, taxes. Ben was overwhelmed. Enter Joe Garcia, Backwards Planning Financial. When Ben called Joe and explained everything, Joe replied,
"No problem. That's easy."
And somehow it was. With Joe's guidance, Ben was able to put a robust financial plan in place which helped mitigate risk and bring order to the chaos, while building wealth, organizing his estate, easing the tax burdens, and cutting unnecessary costs. He helped Ben do something Dave never did: plan ahead. Starting at the end and working backwards, Ben now has a plan for his own family. Now his kids won't go through what he did when he eventually... Backwards Planning Financial. Start planning for your death before you're gone.
We're back.
We're back. Joel answered my tweet while we were gone. He gave me three people that are
Joel
acceptable. Joel Perry.
Oh, he did? What did you say?
Matt Walsh. That's a good one. Although is Matt...
He would accept Matt Walsh?
Yeah. You accept Matt Walsh as a critic of Israel that we could talk to.
Matt's a white supremacist
and fascist, and like he's about to get canceled, right? Because he doesn't care about any of this,
and he's to the right of Pat Buchanan.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, so Matt is one.
Doubt. I'm gonna press X to doubt.
I will screenshot his reply to me for when Matt gets canceled in a couple weeks. And Rand Paul.
Rand Paul's not even that much of a critic of Israel.
No, I don't think he really is. But I mean, that's the same bucket as like Massey, that you put in. So you called that one kind of. And then the other is Charlie Kirk. And it's like, well, he's dead now. Like,
Charlie Kirk. Yeah, everyone's trying to claim Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. And I mean, it's interesting. I was thinking about this, like if Charlie were still alive right now, if he hadn't been killed,
I can see Charlie actually breaking that consensus. I really can.
And this was happening right now. If Tucker had interviewed Nick Fuentes and Charlie's still alive, who like
was very anti Nick Fuentes.
Very.
He would have agreed with Kevin Roberts.
Yeah, he would have I think been in the same position as Kevin and defended Kevin. And because I mean, you see the things that he said, what, like 2 days before he was killed, where it's like the things the donors are doing is like forcing me to leave the pro-Israel side. Yeah. Like that's where he was at. But at the time that he died, and so like this stuff was brewing before that. Even some of the people that are like calling Tucker a Nazi and Kevin Roberts a Nazi and all of this, like they were saying the same thing about Charlie before he died.
Yeah.
When he was critical of Israel.
Yeah.
And so it's so duplicitous for them to be like, oh no, we love Charlie. He was the greatest. He was the best. When it's like, well, when he spoke out against Israel in the last year of his life, you hated him. And you would be calling, if he was still alive, you'd be calling him a Nazi if he would have defended Kevin Roberts. Right? They absolutely would have. Right? There's no question about that. And so it is, but it's bizarre. Like Charlie's dead now. Right? Like, why would you even bring it? That's just strange to me. I don't get it. But yeah. He went from reading the comments here. I always forget to read the comments. Yeah, defending. Hold on, no, don't. Yeah, Charlie Kirk went from defending gay conservatives to calling for an immigration moratorium, upward trajectory till the end.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Charlie Kirk was a proud Zionist. I don't think he was at the end of his life.
No, not at the end. I mean, at the end, like in private, he was saying, "No, I'm leaving the pro-Israel side."
Yeah, like
that's incontrovertible. Like his guys confirmed that those were real. Like it's incontrovertible that he was. So yeah.
I'm talking about Nigeria for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's all the time we got for. I wish we could devote more to it.
Well,
I mean, this has been going on for more than a decade. Boko Haram killing Christians.
Oh, is that? Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's what's happening. And so Trump has, threatened Nigeria to do something about it.
Is this America first? I asked this question to Ron Dodson.
Yeah.
Because my first instinct has nothing to do with us. Who cares, right? And then it's like, okay, but we're in a stage of decoupling from the American empire. Who's interested in Africa? And what kind of financial resources are going? And if we need more resources because things are shifting geopolitically, Nigeria is, of all the African countries, Nigerians are, you can work with them. The American empire can work with them. So I think part of that is going on as well.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is a question of geopolitics, where it's like, I mean, even when we talk about nationalism, and so forth, I mean, it's almost an antiquated thing to speak in those terms, because Westphalian nation states no longer exist after 1945. right? Like the Westphalian system existed from 1648 until 1945. And that's gone now. Like you have a global system, like whether you want it or not. Like, yeah, I don't like globalism. I don't want that. I would very much prefer the United States to be just its own country and, you know, mostly autarkic, you know, trade with other countries, sell our goods and those kind of things. But we have all the resources we need. Right. But the geopolitical situation is not that. Right. It is a global world, and America, for better or for worse, is ruling the planet in that global system. And we could be like, yeah, I don't want that, and I don't. But you step out of it.
You have to decouple cautiously.
Yeah, you step, like if you did it today.
Yeah.
Right. If we had Ron Paul and 435 Ron Pauls in Congress and 100 Ron Pauls in the Senate, and they all voted to just end the empire tomorrow, like what would happen?
I don't think they would end it, but yeah. But
I mean,
assuming they would. Okay.
Like,
yeah.
Sake of argument, say
China would step in and
China would be the global hegemon, and America would be in the position of Russia right now, right? Like surrounded on all sides. Like China would be putting hypersonic missiles in Toronto.
See, like this is exactly what we're responding against, because he says, I wish we could focus on our own problems. Africa will likely always be a dystopian hellscape. I don't even know if it's ultimately about Africa.
No, it's not.
It's about hegemony there in Africa. That's because there's going to be a resource gold rush.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to prevent.
Like it's all like everything is rare earth minerals this, rare earth minerals that, and it is. Like,
and if we're decoupling from China, we're going to need alternative sourcement for that kind of stuff. I think that's what's going on. But
yeah, if the future is like a trillion drones, and that's the future of warfare, right? How do you really, I think that that's what Ukraine is showing us is you need a lot of microchips. And I mean, it seems silly that the microchips but it's like that's where things are at, right? I mean, it's the same thing like oil in the 20th century. Is like, why do wars happen? Like, all you got to do is play civilization for 5 minutes.
You talked about this,
right? And
you talked about this with the tariffs, that the reason they're doing that is because there's some sort of currency crisis coming. If there's a global economic breakdown, then we need to pivot and be able to attract as many resources as possible to push back the effects of that. And I think going to Africa, it has to be part of that equation.
Yeah. And so, I mean, just the geopolitics alone. I would like to decouple from the rest of the world and focus on all of our own problems. Absolutely. Right. I don't want to be the world's piggy bank. I don't want to be the policeman of the world. Right. I mean, this is basic Buchananite stuff. But at the same time, you've inherited this global empire. And if you completely give it up, what are you are left with the Chinese ruling the world, right? I would like to manufacture a way to return to a Westphalian consensus, but we simply don't have that. In its early practice, colonialism was nationalism. Resources take place. I mean, I don't know. So I think cynically, is that what's going on in Nigeria?
I don't know. I'm just I'm playing this out a little bit.
I'm thinking through it too.
Because if it was purely about protecting Christians, then I'm not interested as much, because we do have our own problems.
I mean, my solution is we could just take if you look it up, how much money American Christians spend on missions. Foreign missions every year, it's $10 billion, depending on how you calculate it. Right. If you took, 500 million and you gave it to Eric Prince, you could deal with the Boko Haram problem. Yeah. Right. Have the president give him a letter of marque and let him go do it. I mean, maybe I'm too Ron Paulian that way and saying you could do it voluntarily.
No, I think, no, that's what Ben Braddock said.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, just make it a volunteer thing and have them go have fun. Like if there's any adventurers,
there'd be a lot of young men that would like do it for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Just feed me and I'll go fight. Right. So like you could do it that way. But
there's too many these charities have too many cars to pay for.
Yeah,
too many condos to fund.
There's a lot of administration work that has to get done, CJ. Don't think you understand. But yeah, I don't know.
That's my take.
I don't know. It's this is a question I've pondered, and I'm thinking out loud about empire.
Because I'd rather, like, if we're actually going to do some like charitable thing, I'd rather take up your suggestion and go to England.
Yeah. Regime change in England is what we should do. I mean, if we're going to be this empire and flex our muscles, and
if you're worried about the spread of Islam, let's go to England.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's just deal with it there. But yeah, man. I mean, but it is an open question in my mind, like thinking through, like what happens if you press that button and you just empire, we're done with it. Right. We're done. And this is a question for Ron to like game theory our way through. We should talk to him soon, but like what do you do when all of the countries in the world stop using the dollar? Yeah. Right. What do you do? Like, I mean, the one reason, like why is a pound of ground beef like $10 at the grocery store when it was like $2 or $3, seems like yesterday, right? Why is there so much inflation, right? And the single biggest reason isn't just that we print a lot of money, because we've always printed a lot of money.
It's that no one is absorbing all that money.
It's that
other countries are not.
Russia and a few other countries were cut off from the SWIFT banking. They were cut off from the dollar. That we did that. We said, no, you don't get dollars. Yeah, you're not going to be able to buy things with dollars. And what we did, we export all of the inflation, all the money printing to the rest of the world, and just cutting off a tiny part of it. Yeah. Right. An economy that's the same size as Italy, right, has a major effect. And so that's a reason why. I mean, it's not the sole reason why. It's not the only reason why, but it's one big reason why. And so I think that's going to continue to exacerbate like that problem. At a certain point, what happens when people don't use the dollar, right? That's the same. I'm dying here. They attack me. But what do you do at that point?
Yeah,
right. Like that's like you can easily envision in your mind a scenario where like the global financial order derails, the global trade comes to a halt, and America is completely on its own. I mean, this is a scenario where this is why like I go to and think through like, okay, the Cold War. Why was the Cold War important? Right? Why is Richard Nixon a hero for single-handedly winning the Cold War? Right? It's because if we lose it, if we had lost it, America would be in the same position that Russia is in right now. Right? Yeah. That's like we would be fighting a war in Canada to keep hypersonic missiles from being installed by the Soviet Union in Canada. Like literally that's what would be happening right now. We'd be completely alone. We'd completely cut off, and economically, like life, like we think it's bad now, it would be 100 times worse.
Yeah.
Right. And so
the counter case is that if we had done that, because like we're losing the empire.
Yeah.
And so it's going to get really bad.
Either way, it's going to.
Might as well rip off the Band-Aid. That's always that's the Ron Paul take.
Yeah. Yeah. We're losing it. And some of it is like the moves. I mean, people are being critical of Trump right now because like he's doing all these overseas a lot right now and doing all these foreign, visiting foreign dignitaries, making trade deals and so on and so forth. And it's like, well, why is he doing this? Why is this the big emphasis in his first year been on trade? And it's like a long-term vision of what is going to happen as the empire collapses.
Yeah. They're trying to
we have to
onshore as many.
We have to have industry here.
We're gonna die if we don't.
We have to have it.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a long-term view of what's in store for America in the future. And frankly, I don't know, right? Will things be decentralized in the future? Will you be able to have nations again, like functioning nation states that are not effectively vassals of a global superpower, right? Will you or will you not? I don't know. Will drones make that possible? And AI? I don't know.
With that, I think we need to wrap up.
So this has been like really high level.
This is fun.
Geopolitical thinking. Like we're just thinking out loud here, and I'm trying to. I'm
really I don't think it's just about. I think there's something deeper going on.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
You got to read that article I sent you.
Yeah, I will.
We should have Ron on to talk about it.
Yeah, that'd be great. When do you want to do that?
Friday.
Okay.
Double whammy this week.
We'll see if Ron's available. Next episode Friday. So
the Mondays are good. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah, I love Monday. Way more energy on Monday.
Better.
So buy Bitcoin. There you go. CJ is a gold bug, but
I am a gold bug.
But I'll agree with the Bitcoin. All right. Well, any final parting thoughts?
No enemies to the right.
Yeah, I mean, that's with all of this. Dude,
I opened up a new can.
Well, let me give my final parting thought on that. Right. We are.
Well, did you see my tweet about no enemies to the right?
What are we, like 2 months?
There's a specific limitation.
Oh, yeah.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
Look, I think a lot of what Nick says is accurate, but he's really disloyal.
Yeah.
And like you can't have allies that are going to backstab you.
He has to be a trustworthy person, and I don't think he is. No. Right? Like he attacks people constantly, and it's like I don't want to fight him. I don't want to fight the Groypers or anything. Like, and I'm not going to be like, oh, they're horrible and evil and icky, because like why do people listen to him? Like, why does he have an audience? Why do young men listen to him? It's because it isn't primarily because he's like extremely transgressive and says outlandish things that are offensive. That's part of it. That's part of youth culture, to say the most offensive thing that you possibly can and chuckle about it. We used to be that way, right, CJ? Before we matured. That's part of it. But the other part of it is like there are things that he says that no mature grown-ups, are ever going to touch. Right? The question, I mean, like the question of why aren't you, like the one he asked, that Tucker asked him, like, why aren't you married? Why aren't these young guys getting married? Like, no one wants to touch that with any other than like Mark Driscoll saying, oh, they're playing video games, right? Like, no one wants to actually go in depth and ask, like, what if the problem isn't just the men, right? What if there's some problems with the young ladies too, right? Like, not allowed to talk about that or think about that, but because he's like way out on the fringe, he does and gets an audience for it. Same thing with the Israel issue. Same thing with all of everything that is like forbidden to talk about and has like a plausibility structure to it for why it could be right. Mm-hmm. Right. That's the stuff he's doing. And no one in the mainstream that has any mainstream credibility or authority is willing to engage with those ideas. And even if they disagree with them, to say, all right, here's this idea, I'm going to talk about it and tell you why I think it's wrong. They're not doing that. And so you see like all of these like evangelical leaders, all over the place denouncing, oh, Tucker, he talked to this horrible guy, this horrible kid.
I think denouncing things is really just dumb.
Yeah. It totally is.
I'd rather disagree with someone that denounced them.
Yeah. It's like, I can tell you all the things I disagree that Nick has said. Well, I mean, that I know of anyway. There's probably plenty of things I disagree with that I don't know about, but like I can tell you and explain why I disagree with that, disagree with this. But the era of we're going to unperson this guy, and anybody that talks to him is disinvited from our world. Like that era is over. It's done. And so you have to deal with ideas that you're uncomfortable talking about. Right? You have to, or you're going to lose. I mean, it's like, I mean, the stuff that we talk about is I feel like we venture into territory that's dangerous, and people like, would want to cancel us and attack us and do news reports on the new, on the nightly news about us.
No one would do that.
No one would ever do that. But I want to, like, my whole thing with what I post on the internet, what I tweet about is dual loyalty with Italy. Yeah, we do need to bring that up. That's a subject for another episode. CJ does have dual loyalty with Italy. He's not loyal to Trump. He's loyal to Giorgia Meloni. And like we bring those things up and we talk about these things because it's like, well, I'm a pastor. I am a dad and a husband, and I have 6 children. And like, I feel like I have some life experience and some maturity to be able to think through things Christianly out loud that other people don't want to talk about. And so many of the answers that they get are just like obviously false and wrong. And everybody knows it. Like everybody knows the emperor has no clothes. And you have all of the mature Christian leaders that are like, oh no, the emperor's definitely wearing clothes. Definitely wearing clothes. You just need to look at it. You squint harder and you'll see the clothes. And like, I'm done doing that. I'm done pretending that topics are forbidden to talk about. Like, no, we need to, because like our young men, they're going to find people to listen to. Right. They're going to. And if like you're a pastor and your first instinct is just denounce a young guy because he listened to Nick Fuentes online one time and try to excommunicate him, like that is the wrong move to make. It is. So that's you gotta roll. I need to as well. So thank you everyone. Thank you to everyone in the chat. We will be back Friday and maybe with Ron Dodson. We'll see. But all of you have a wonderful week and stay peacefully dangerous. We'll see you next time.